YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Cray, and in today's Apex video, y'all read the title. We are talking mastering Pathfinder. Y'all know I don't do with the theatrics on the intro, so we're gonna dive right into it. Now let's get this party started by talking about Pathfinder's abilities. Okay, again, I am reading these things straight off of the website, apexlegends.fandom.com, all right? So that way we can stick to the technicalities. All right, so his first perk, I'm gonna just brush over real quick because we all know about it. Recon, right? That's one of his intrinsic perks. It allows you to access the 12 survey beacons available on the map in any given match to determine the circle location after the currently marked circle. The interaction with the survey beacon takes around 7 seconds, during which you are vulnerable. Don't need to throw that up on the screen. You guys know what Recon is, all right? Let's talk about Pathfinder's other passive, kind of based off of Recon, okay? It's called Insider Knowledge. Using a survey beacon decreases Pathfinder's zipline gun cooldown by 10 seconds. So up to 4 rings means the cooldown can get reduced from 120 seconds down to 80 seconds, okay? Scanning a survey beacon also fully charges Pathfinder's ultimate. Okay, now that's something I was not really aware of, I'll be completely honest. I've been playing more Pathfinder as of lately, but more so in a pub setting, so I have not hit any survey beacons, but now that I know this, I'm gonna have to do some, all right? Moving on here, his tactical ability, grappling hook, aka Spider-Man. I mean, he's a robot, but all right, whatever. Let's talk about this. He throws a grappling hook that will attach to the first solid object it hits, including players and zip lines, and it pulls you towards it. The maximum length of the grappling hook is 21 meters. There's a circle on Pathfinder's crosshair that turns blue to indicate when the surface you are pointing at is within grapple range. By aiming to the side, you can swing in that direction instead of being pulled straight in. The grapple will disconnect after swinging to a 90-degree angle, and you will keep your momentum. The grappling hook can also attach to players, pulling the two of you together. The cooldown's length scales based on the distance Pathfinder travels. With more emphasis placed on horizontal movement, it stops increasing when Pathfinder's velocity returns to standard sprinting speed or after 5 seconds, whichever comes first, okay? And Pathfinder's ultimate ability, Zipline Gun. He creates a zipline between your current location and a target location, which you, your teammates, and enemies can use to move quickly between both points. The other end of the zipline can be attached to any surface, allowing them to lead to places that the players can't stand. The maximum length of the zipline is 100 meters. Up to 4 ziplines can be active on the map at once. Ultimately, Pathfinder's kit makes him one of the, at one point in time, he was the only, but now, because we got Horizon, he is now one of the most mobile legends in the game. And no, we're not talking about the mobile game, Mobile Legends. We're talking about Apex, okay? Hey, that was corny. That was terrible. That was terrible. But you guys are getting what I'm saying here. Pathfinder is mobile. He can swing around the map like a madman. He can get his teammates around the map like a madman, okay? Let's keep that in mind as we keep this show rolling. Now let's talk about some of the best ways to play my homie Pathfinder. All right, first and foremost, when you're Pathfinder, you are a mechanical version of Spider-Man. Well, kinda, okay? So when you're playing Pathfinder, feel free to open up a fight. Feel free to take the first shots. Feel free to try to get the first knock. You can do that, right? Because again, as I mentioned before, you are one of the most mobile legends in the game. Remember that, okay? So when you're playing Pathfinder, it should be really simple and really straightforward. Shoot, reposition, shoot, reposition, shoot, reposition, shoot, reposition. And hopefully by then you guys have won the fight. If not, you're going to get third party, fourth party, fifth party, and lose the game, okay? So, no, all jokes aside, Pathfinder is as simple as that, right? You unload a clip, maybe 2 clips, whatever, possibly get a knock, crack armor, whatever. Get out of there. Reposition yourself. Put on a battery. Put on a med kit. Whatever you need to do, get back in the fight. And rinse and repeat from there. Pathfinder is very, very straightforward in that regard. Of course, his grappling hook has a high skill gap, right? Meaning, like, you have to practice it. Yeah, you have to practice his grappling hooks, okay? Go into the firing range and grappling hook around like a madman, okay? It's the easiest way to learn his, I just lost the name of it. Oh, yeah, his grappling hook is the best way to learn the trajectory or the path of trajectory and all that jazz, okay? So, again, very straightforward legend in that regard, okay? And from a support standpoint, what the heck? I can't talk today, guys. Bear with me. From a support standpoint, there we go, got it right. Pathfinder just doesn't make much sense. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you. I'm not gonna try to makeshift something. He doesn't make sense from a support standpoint at all. If you are trying to play support and you pick Pathfinder, you picked the wrong legend. I'm sorry, you did. You might want to go back to the lobby and try a lifeline or try somebody else that could play more of a support role. The only thing Pathfinder can really do from a support standpoint is, again, if your teammates are entry fragging or they're getting busy and they need to get back, you can use your zipline gun to get you guys out of there to safety. But that's really the only means of support Pathfinder can really play in that regard, because his grappling hook ability, his Q or his tactical, whatever you want to call it, right? That only applies to him. It's not like Horizon where it applies to everybody. So yeah, he's more of a solo dolo type of legend. So if you're trying to solo squad or if you're in a handicap situation, Pathfinder is a great legend. Again, if you're more of an aggressive player, more of a fighter, but if you are more of a supporter, I'm sorry, again, wrong legend. Might need to find somebody else. Now let's talk about some of the best loadouts to utilize with Pathfinder, okay? In terms of aggression, in terms of fighting, I keep it simple. I go SMG AR, right? A Vault, the R99, pair it with the R301, pair it with the Flatline, something of that nature. I don't really like a shotgun on Pathfinder because his hitbox is a little bit goofy, right? So if I get in that close range shotgun fight, I might lose it unless I just connect everything. And then you guys know, if you're rocking with the Mastiff, you're going to be hitting a couple 11s in there. So you don't want that, right? And the Eva, man, good luck hitting all those pellets, right? So again, I like going to SMG AR because SMG has my back close range. When I peel back to reposition, I got the Flatline or the R301 that can handle that mid range and even in some cases long range, and we can get busy. Okay, so that's kind of how I play it. If you're playing a little bit more passive, then as I always say, I would go like SMG Sniper, right? Rock something like a Vault because of the minimal bullet drop off and pair it with like a triple take or a longbow, right? But that's as passive as I'm getting. You know, I don't really condone that type of play with Pathfinder because, again, you have the ability to get in, to get out, get in, get out, reposition. You have the ability to lose the opposition, right? Meaning you have the ability to take yourself to a place where the opposition can't go or where they just lose sight of you and you have the opportunity to shoot again, you know? So, again, I like playing Pathfinder in more of an aggressive role, right? So, SMG AR. And lastly, y'all, a few things to keep in mind when you're rocking out with Pathfinder. First things first, take the time to learn his grapple. Don't just pick him and go into games because in crunch time situations, crunch time. Yes, that's the word crunch. I said crunch, what the heck? In those crunch time situations, you're not going to know how to use his grappler properly, right? Go to the firing range, practice. Okay, I'll give you guys a few tips real quick. You always want to aim high on his grapples. So if there's a light post, if there's a wall, a rock, whatever, always aim at the highest point, okay? And when you do that, pull away from the grapple with your analog stick, with your mouse. What that's going to do is create more of a sling effect, and it's going to get you from point A to point B a lot more efficiently. And it'll make a lot more sense when you try it out. So make sure if you're learning Pathfinder, you try that out. And you take your time and you do that over and over and over again in the training range. Trust me. Trust me, trust me. The more ingrained it is, the more you will be able to utilize it in an actual match, in an actual fight, and you will be able to get around on cats. They'll lose sight of you. You'll get a different angle, and you will clappeth thy cheeks. Trust and believe that. Kind of building off of my prior point, something you should always do is you should always keep your head on a swivel during a fight. Keep your eye out for grapple points so you can reposition or possibly escape, right? So especially when you're playing on Olympus, you know, always look around for trees, rocks, anything of that nature. So you know for a fact if this gunfight goes south, you can get a quick grapple out of there to reposition, heal up, or you might just be in a position where the enemy doesn't where they no longer see you, for lack of better terms, right? And you may be able to get some more pop shots on them, right? Like if you're cracked and they're cracked and you reposition and they lost sight of you, you might be in a place where, okay, cool, they lost sight of me, but I didn't lose sight of them. Brr, R301, clip them. They're not. Reposition again, heal up. Now you guys are fighting a 3v2 type of fight. That's the position you want to be in. So always keep your head on the swivel. Be cognizant of everything that's going on around you when you are scrapping out with the homie Pathfinder. And the last thing to keep in mind is sometimes you have to make the call to pull out of a fight because you have the ability to get away from the fight probably the quickest, right? So like, let's say you're fighting a team with your homies and third party call gets called, right? And then you see another team running up. It is in your best interest to hop on a mic and be like, yo, let's get out, let's get out, let's get out. You turn around, pop your zipline gun, and get you and your homies out of there, right? So you guys can heal up, reposition, and you guys can third party the team that just third party you all, right? and you guys can get back in there and get it back in the fight. Got a bunch of loot to yourself at the end of the day after you guys win that fight, of course. And now you guys come out on top versus staying in there, you know, maybe killing one squad but getting third party, maybe knocking one or two people on that third party, then the fourth party comes. You guys know what I'm saying. It just gets kind of ugly from there. Actually, it gets very, very ugly from there. So don't be afraid to make the call to pull your team out of there, get to safety, heal up, reposition, and then re-engage in that fight and win that fight. And folks, this is all that I have for you today, mastering Pathfinder. I hope you guys all learned something. If not, I'm sorry for wasting your time. And if you are new to the channel, do me the biggest favor, hit that sub button, drop a like on the video. It'll help your boy out a lot. You guys can hear my Slack notifications going off in the background, so y'all know what that means. I gotta get back to work. So I'm gonna end this video right here. I love you guys. If you all have any more Pathfinder tips at all, drop them down in the comments below. Let's all help each other out as a community. It's been your boy Cray. I'm signing off before I get fired from my full-time job. I'll catch you all at the next one. Until then, we are out. Peace.